So you'll have to say, yes, that's okay. I am muting all. And the plan today is to move with fluidity, flow, and some attention to relieving the legs from your belly to your heels. You're going to start with feet and knees turned out and rocking your sockets. The thigh bones have really very spherically shaped, very precise circle balls, right? The head of the femur. And to feel like that's moving fluidly in the sockets. And I say that so you move fluidly. And then make the circle around the top of the thigh bones, exhaling when the pelvis goes forward, inhaling when it goes back. And we're right into an aggressive kind of SH or who, be able to use spine breath. Reverse. In the early days of my training in Pilates, 1997, 8, there was a lot of discussion about like blowing like a pinwheel. I'm suggesting you imagine blowing through a straw. More of us have a straw around, reverse again. And we have ancient images of opera singers, like somewhere from the 60s, blowing into something called an aero mill that with Joseph Pilates standing next to them, watching their breath output reverse again, not unlike what people are using in hospitals and medical facilities, post surgery, asthma assessments, etc. And come to parallel. Second toes aiming forward, center of the back of your heels aiming back. Soften ankles, knees, breathe in. And on the breath out, spill forward. And the inhale, come up. And now we're moving your pelvis forward and backward on the balls of the femurs. Exhale over, moving your spine, feeling the weight of your head hanging. Inhale coming up. And not making anything too fiercely precise or perfect yet. Exhaling over. If you can touch the floor, come up enough that you're not touching the floor. But this means you must use your belly or you're overstretching, working, loading your spine, and let your arms swing in circles and the other way. While I'm doing this, I'm watching my weight shift in my feet. Let your arms hang. So I'm going to remind you, inhale, roll up from being grounded in 2 points in your heels and 2 points in the ball of the feet. Soften ankles and knees, femurs. So you have 4 points of connection in one foot, 4 in the other, very stable. Bend at the elbows go forward all the way up and reach to the heels of the hands. Lift the clouds, lift the sky. I know your shoulders are in your ears. Feel your ribs expand. Lift your ears anyway, because this is about lifting here, your 12th, 11th, 10th ribs. And lifting gives you some stretch in the inhale muscles. Your aggressive inhale muscles are in your back, latissimus dorsi, QL, posterior serratus inferior. Lift and stay lifted in your body, your head up, your spine up. Lift your pelvic floor anyway, and then let the shoulders come down. When they come down, they go wide. Don't have your arms behind your ears. They can be in front, quite a bit in front. And lift, open your ribs, keep your ribs lifted and lower your shoulders. And then lift the right heel of the hand, pressing down through the 4 points of your right foot, very grounded in the right side. Lift the clouds with your hand, keep your belly in, and you're thinking about expanding the ribs on that side. And center. And the other side, there's a beautiful white dog named Sammy running around. She's like this white, like lightning bolt streak running through the fields. So you're expanding the ribs on the left side bending your spine, grounded in your left foot for sure, and come up center. Lift your shoulders, lower your shoulders, turn the hands so the palms are toward each other, soften the ankles, knees, and femurs, and inhale side, 2, 3, 4, exhale, lift, 2, find center, and side, 2, 3, 4, and lift, 2, find center. Inhale the whole time you are going to the side, and exhale the whole time you are coming to center. And breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in, pull your butt together, lift your pelvic floor, pull in your lower belly. So your foundation is from your navel to your feet, and then the spine moving like a new tree, a willow tree moving in the breeze. Some form, some stability, but very supple. Inhale, lift your chest and center. Inhale, lift. And exhale, center. Try to keep pelvis and legs completely stable and lift. And center, float the arms out, palms up, and they rotate back. And center. Inhaling, lift. Exhale, center. Inhaling, lift. Exhaling, center, lower the arms almost all the way down. Reach through the heels of the hands, away from your shoulders, away from your ears. Inhale, lift. And center is exhaling, lifting pelvic floor. Pull your belly. Inhale, lift. And center, last one, and lift. And center. Lace your hands behind you, keeping the heels of the hands together, still parallel feet. And reach your hands back away from your body. And come down. Reach your hands back. Some people can hyperextend the elbows. Some are not going to get them straight at all. But your intention is your hands reaching away and back, and that's what takes them up. The next three, I want you to squeeze your shoulder blades together. I really say that. And center. Inhale, squeeze. Open the chest. Exhale, center. One more. And then the next three are different. Don't squeeze your shoulder blades together. Keep them wide and see if you can pull your arms back without pulling the shoulder blades to the spine. And down. Inhale, reach. And lower. Engaging triceps, stretching the front of your shoulders and your arms. And down. Come back to parallel, letting the arms hang. Gonna inhale, float both arms up. Bend the right elbow, get a hold of the right elbow. I feel my tricep stretching just from that work we just did with them. And a side bend again. I'm not really yanking on my elbow. I'm really not yanking. I'm inviting it to sort of drip down the spine. And lift. You can repeat that or have the arm long and straight. And center. Float the arms out. You're going to bring that right arm in front of the body. Invite it in, but really pull the shoulders down. So that shoulder comes down from your shoulder blade coming down. Don't crank it into your spine. It's down and wide. stretch through the front of the shoulder and breathe in and breathe out. When you breathe out, see if you can pull it a bit closer and breathe into your back and breathe out. Release the arm down, bring that arm up your back. So your right arm is coming up your back. If you can get it up high, great. If you can get it on your sacrum, great. And then let your right ear tilt away from your right elbow. You want to add to that, let the left hand rest on the side of your skull. I'm not pulling on my head. Don't pull on your head. Got 7 bones in your neck that don't need to be cranked on at all. Instead, think of your hand, your left hand and your right elbow moving away from each other. And breathe in. Try to not roll the shoulder forward. And breathe out. The inhale and exhale. Let your face, your gaze turn down a little bit. So I think I'm looking past my armpit to the floor, just to the side of the left foot. And you're looking to stretch the back of your skull down the right side of your neck in the back. Carefully release your head, let your arm down, bring your head up, let the other arm down. Let both of them swing, swing, swing. You're not forcing, you're not doing, kind of like, here's an old image, wiping the blackboard, erasing the blackboard, or the whiteboard. And release, let that left arm, both arms float up, bend at the left elbow, invite the left elbow in and slightly down, and feel stretch back of the arm along your shoulder blade, you could side bend. And send the breath into the back of your body. An aggressive or forcible inhale uses your back muscles. And then if you can repeat that the way you did, or add the length of that straight arm. And coming up, float the arms out and bring that left arm across your body horizontal, pulling it in, dropping the shoulders down. Been thinking a lot about vertical and horizontal this morning, thinking about the aspen trees, which are very vertical, and the dogwood pagoda, the pagoda dogwood, has really horizontal leaves. And aware of that in your body. You have a vertical spine at the moment and a horizontal arm. Breathe into your back, expanding. And breathe out, bring your belly in. Release your arm down and bring it up the back. If it goes up your spine, great. If it goes on your sacrum, great. Soften ankles and knees. Your power is from engaging butt, pelvic floor, lower belly. Let your left ear lift. And you think of the left elbow dropping, and you can add some support, right hand on the left side of your skull. And breathe in. And breathe out. So what is the shape now? It's a parens, right? A kind of a parenthesis from the top of your head down to maybe it's a half of a parenthesis. You want your tailbone aiming to the floor, and then turn your face down. I'm not pulling on my head. I'm actually holding my head with my hand and trying to lift my neck to the sky. Release your head, let it come up. Let the arm down. Soften the ankles and the knees. And let the arms swing, swing, swing. I'm going to add your spine moving with this. So you exhale, spine rounds down. Hands come up the back. Hands come down. Spine rolls up. Exhale down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And lift. Let the arms melt. Exhale, round down. Bring both hands on the outside of your right foot. Bend the right knee. If you want more stretch, you'll feel it along your left back. Let your head hang. Keep your shoulder blades wide and don't let them round around the front of your ribs. From the center, even out your legs. Breathe here. And the other side. Getting the left knee bend. I feel stretch in my right side of my back, for the right side of the spine, along the ribs, down the side of the thigh, the IT band. Reminders on how to breathe. Come to center, even out your legs. And I want you to inhale, roll up. Breathe through your nose. And breathe out through your nose. Let your feet and knees wide. So breathing in through your nose, pretty critical. Much more healthy for your lungs and your body. And then feet and knees are turned out. Bend the knees over your toes this time and pull the ground together with your heels. Press the knees back, lift your crown up, and pull the ground together with your heels, inner thigh, back of your upper inner thigh. Feel your thighs rotate. That is, they're rotating from the quad around the back of the body down to the ground. You just stay here. If you're really feeling it in knees or quad, see if you can tolerate feet wider. And lift a heel and down. Heel. When your heel goes up, it goes forward over your toes. Ankle goes forward to the screen. So what does forward mean? Knee goes away from your screen. Other side. And lift. The foot that's fully on the floor, all 4 points, pulling toward the other foot that's going to the ball of the foot, not the baby toe. Both. Woo. And pull straight up. You're going to pivot on your right foot so you can pitch forward, pubic bone back, and hands to the ground around your left foot. And move about. Feel inner thigh stretch, maybe back stretch. If you cannot get to the floor, either use blocks or bricks for your hands to be higher but stable, or you can put your hands on the chair seat or the arm of a chair, the back of a sofa, and breathe in through your nose and breathe out. Feel long in the back of your neck. Bring your attention to the place feeling the most stretch. You're going to pivot so your feet are parallel. Your legs are not. They're kind of this A-frame. But I want you to think of your knees not collapsing inward. You want to push your end of your femur, the knee end of your thigh bone, away from each other. Feel if that activates butt muscles. And then fold your limbs anyway. Ankle, knee, hip fold, hinging the hip joint. Unfold by lifting your sit bones. And fold and unfold. Fold. Unfold only one leg. So the other one stays folded. Your weight shifts a bit to the folded leg. Stay heavy in the heel. Unfold that leg and fold the other. Letting your shoulder blades hang, let your head hang. Grounded in your feet, your heels, the bent leg butt working, the straight leg inner thigh stretching. Unfold, and then pivot to look at your other foot, your right foot. Probably stretch in the back of the leg that you're looking at, that's forward. Certainly stretch along your spine, ribs. Relax your eyes. And breathe in and breathe out. And breathe again. And breathe out. And then pivot again. So you're looking back through the legs. Legs fairly straight. In other words, your intention is that they are not folding, and take one side of your sit bones higher than the other, one side of your pelvis higher, and breathe in and breathe out. Other side. Even out, centered in your feet. Pivot back to look at the first foot. Then I'm going to move over to my mat. When you bring your first foot back, so both feet are back. If you've got a conscious body mat, your feet are on the headrest, and press your heels down, lifting the ball of the feet up, toes up. Get wide in your hands, wide in your shoulders, pulling your shoulders toward your sit bones. Cave in your belly. Lift both heels, stretch your toes, and lower, and lift, and lower. Lift only one heel. It's a rotation of your pelvis and your spine, and down, and the other. Take one foot in the air. You're using your butt to take the leg in the air, and your butt to anchor the other heel into the ground. Other foot. Keep your spine long, your ribs back, shoulders at ease. Bring that foot down. I'm going to pitch forward into your plank, and you want to squeeze your butt forward, bring the back of the head back. Push your feet into the floor. to help you get more core, more belly. Then breathe in. You want more arm work, you bend the elbows toward your knees and unbend. Wide knees, sit back on your heels. And breathe in. And breathe out. Take all your hands to the left side of your mat and pull your right pelvis away from your hands. Here you are, side bending your spine again. Healthy for your vagus nerve. It expands the space for your lung. Takes undue tension out of your back. Deep rotation of your thigh in the socket. And come center. Don't hold your breath. Breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. Hands on the other side of the mat. And pulling your hip away from your hands, anchoring. Come to center. Come up on your hands and your knees where your knees are the same distance apart as ankles, second toes. Put your hands under your arms, shoulders. Look at where they are. Bend both elbows to the floor, and that will rock your sit bones back a little bit. But don't sit down. So you're sort of pulling your thigh bones forward and your elbows down, and feel how that stretches your back. Try to not cave in your chest. Unbend the elbows and look at where your hands are again, and put your elbows where your hands just were. Make a fist with your hands, lace your fingers together, rock your pelvis back, stretch in your arms, shoulder blade, spine, and probably range of motion in the hip sockets for most people. Rock forward, inhale, rock back. I'm letting my head to the mat. And exhale, use your belly to rock forward. We're going to add a little Pilates sinuous spine work here. Inhale, sit bones go back. Femurs have externally rotated. Lots of stretch in your arms, shoulder blade. And keep your head on the mat. Keep your arms where they are. And to exhale, pull your butt forward. Without moving your arms, your head. There's a stopping point. And the inhale, flare, reach your sit bones back. So it's probably a really tiny move. Feels like it for me. I'm exhaling, pulling the pelvis forward, this internal nautilus coiling or seahorse tail curling. And inhale back, or in my lexicon, the centric six, pubic bone, sit bones, tailbone together, pelvic floor lifting, sacrum stays forward, hip bones come together, but you're pulling the pelvis forward on the legs also. I hope you feel low belly, middle belly, and back stretching. One more time. Exhaling, curl. And inhale, stretch back. Bend your elbows so your hands come up into the space between your head and the sky. Your head is on the floor. And you're going to imagine somebody lifting your hands to the sky. So your elbows might come off the floor, might not. But if they come up, don't let them wing out. You're pulling them toward your head to lift. 3, 2, 1. Come up on your hands and your knees. Let your spine swing. Use an exhale to round your spine. Inhale to arch. Reverse. I'm breathing out of my mouth so you can hear where the exhale is, but see if you can avoid doing that. Find center, flat back, and generally most of us have to really work on lifting the back of the head. Bring your right hand between your left hand and your left knee, and that's rotating your torso. You can rock a little bit in the pelvis. So you're dissociating your torso, your ribs from your pelvis. And that sounds like an awful thing, dissociating. But what it means is you are rotating your torso in a plane different from the pelvis. It's facing in a different direction. And this is really good because rotation facilitates stabilization. Come upright, breathe, and the other side. So what do we do with that fancy language? Rotation is what you're doing with your spine bones, and it allows more suppleness in your spine. What does that have to do with stabilization? Your proprioceptive awareness and response times to like tripping, falling, going up and down stairs are much quicker, much finer, and keep you from getting injured. Stabilization is balance. And here's the final piece. This is how we walk. Certainly not with your head on the ground. You come all the way up, but you swing all the way over on your back, constructive rest position. The rest of that while you're getting there. Rotation facilitates stabilization. What I mean by rotation and dissociation helping you walk, we don't walk side to side, at least you would rather not. We don't A-frame, you would rather not. And we also don't hold the legs stable, pelvis stable. We actually rotate, the pelvis goes forward so the leg does, the chest turns so that you're facing the direction you want to go. So in order to be able to walk, hike, run, move efficiently as a human being, we want to maintain the suppleness in the spine, the ability to dissociate or rotate. So how do we get there? We're in constructive rest position. You're gonna let your knees rock side to side. Not the biggest move you can get, but notice that when your legs rock, they take your pelvis with them. So now your pelvis is dissociating from your ribs. Simple, non-complex motion, whole heck of a lot of stuff going on. Stretching in your back. The rotation means your obliques are engaging, working. The rotators along the spine bones are stimulated, activated. And now let your legs move, not from the legs, but your pelvis. So one hip goes to the ceiling, sky, and then the other hip. Notice that one's easier to go forward than the other, at least in my body it is. Let your attention be one hip reaching to sky, and then the other hip reaching to sky. And feel what you feel with that set of directions. Because here's a different set. Now pay attention to pulling one hip deep into the ground, and then pull the other one deep. Pull deep. Pull deep. To me, it feels different. It feels like I'm originating the move, even though the move looks the same from a different place. And then find center. And breathe in. And breathe out. Gosh, I seem to be getting longer. And breathe in through your nose. Let your shoulders release. And breathe out through your nose. 6, 5, 4, 3. Release your shoulders and breathe in. And breathe out. 6, 5. Release your shoulders. Breathe in through your nose. Release your eyes. And breathe out for 8, 7. Release your shoulders and notice the power now goes deeper into the powerhouse. And breathe in. And breathe out for 10, 9, 8. Powerhouse is low belly, butt, and low back, which always concerns people. But your abdominals wrap around to the spine in the back. And breathing in. Breathe out for 12, 11. Release your shoulders. And breathe in. Forcibly breathe out through the mouth. Hiss. Relax your eyes. Breathing in. And breathe out, hiss, and feel like there's a bowling ball sitting supported between your pubic bone and your 2 hip bones. I want you to feel the shape of the ball, the uniform tension in the surface of the ball, and breathe in. Relax your shoulders. And hiss, feel like you're sucking the weight of the ball into your body. Breathe in to your back. Push your head farther away from your pelvis if you're beginning to get some more length in your back, and add the H and breathe out, hush. And breathe in and breathe out, hush. It's early for watermelon in this part of the world, but think of a watermelon a lot like across your belly button, caving in that whole space. Pressing your spine long, imprinting your back into the floor, and breathe in and breathe out, hush. And breathe in, and this time breathe out, WHO, silent. Like you're blowing a pinwheel or blowing through a straw. This is intended to be really forceful. One more time. Relax your shoulders, though, and breathe out. Add these together, breathe in. And breathe out, hiss, into hush. Ooh. And keep your body engaged, press your arms long. Inhale through your nose, and on the breath out, hiss, and add the weight of one leg. It floats. And inhale to lower, and hiss to float. 2 more, release your shoulders. I have quite a lot of work to keep my back stretching long. Other foot. Twice more. Using the out breath. Use your belly to lift your legs, not your leg. And don't push the other leg into the floor to lift the air leg. 1 more. Keep that leg lifted. Think about lifting the other leg. Reach your back long. Do float the other leg. Really keep the watermelon on the front of your belly wall and lower one leg a bit. Bring it back and the other a bit. Don't let this all cave in your chest. Breathe. Elegant, fluid motion in your legs and both legs. Keeping your legs up over your body, long arms, breathe in. On the breath out, drop that watermelon into your spine. Think of lifting your pelvis a little bit. And the inhale, stretch your spine long. Relax your forehead, your eyes, your shoulders. Breathe to lift. Add a little rotation. There's that word again. Hush, lift, twist a little. Shoulders wide. It's a strange idea, but think of a barrel chest, like Joseph Pilates' little German body. So you have to cinch in at the muscles of your waistline, cross one ankle over the other. Think of pulling your legs apart, your feet, keep the legs from flying apart. Wrap your thigh bones around to your sit bones. Breathe in. On the breath out, high hip up. Inhale, come down. Twice more. Other foot in front. Exhale to lift. One more. Bring the feet down. Hug the foot bar, that is, pull the ground together with your feet. Legs are not touching, and tiny little bridge. I find myself going to an WHL, ooh, silent owl, to get more middle belly. Do that bridge again, and it's partly a sense of habituating to other sounds and not getting the same amount of effort anymore. So I'm just changing up a sound, a form to see if I can get deeper belly again. And that's why I'm going to WHO, whoo, but not making the vowel sound. Stay lifted in your bridge. Reach your shins over your toes. Relax your shoulders and roll down. Hug your right knee with both hands. Stretch your left leg out. We're stretching the back of the right leg. If you're pinching in the hip socket in front, think of dropping your sit bone a little more. You don't have to pull as much. Rotate the femur a little bit. Then you're going to take your right knee and hug it into your right armpit. Take the left arm up overhead and side bend to the direction of your bent knee. So this nice long body side bend stretch. But this time gravity is pulling your back as opposed to when we were standing. just a reminder that you're allowed to stretch in the middle of your fun activity. Come back to center. I'll say more about that. Um, Extend the leg, and you're hanging on somewhere between your knee and your ankle. Try to release your shoulders. Keep dropping your sit bone on the right leg and reach your heel on the right leg. And you're looking for some calf stretch, maybe, certainly hamstring stretch. What I mean is, if you're taking a ride, 12-mile ride around the lake, it's completely legal to get off the bike and stretch your feet and your calves and your hamstrings. It's kind of like refueling at the gas pump or the electric charger. If you're not going to make it all the way around, humans think they can, right? But it will really help to stop and stretch so that you're not also fighting the load of fatigue. But let that leg go off to the side a little bit so there's more inner thigh stretch. You can hang on at your heel or your calf or the inside of your knee and breathe in and breathe out. I've had people on those long bike rides, case studies, of course, right? Tell me, oh, I did stop and I stretched my quadriceps and I was able to finish the ride without pain, without fatigue, faster than I would have otherwise. Just think of it like stopping on the road trip to refuel. Bring that leg up, bend the knee again, put your right foot on your left thigh, hang on to your right knee. If you can't get your foot on your thigh, the knee is fine. Be careful not to jam your kneecap. Even lower is also fine. Basically, it's so we can do the same thing on the other side. Here's some rotation. With your left hand, pull your right knee slightly and keep your hip down for a moment. Relax your shoulders. Outer thigh, outer hip, stretching. Let your right arm out to the side, palm up. And then you can keep going. So you let your hand help your knee over. Your knee can go all the way to the floor. No matter how tight you are or think you are, it will get you off on the side of your pelvis. And then see if you can turn your face away from your knee and breathe in. Relax your shoulders, breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. The same thing is true of your 2-mile walk or your 12-mile hike. You stop periodically, like you stop for water, completely legal, not weak, not giving in. While you're drinking water, stretch your toes, stretch your quad, stretch your hamstring. You're probably not going to lie down on the ground and do what I'm doing, especially if you're hiking. So we'll talk a little bit about ways to do that in the middle of another activity in a moment. Bring your pelvis back and then hug your left thigh, your right ankle over your left thigh bone. You'll notice that this whole series has been on the right leg where the femur is in the socket. Relax your shoulders and breathe in. If you want more stretch in your right external rotators, your right butt, the right arm is through the right leg and the left leg. Push the right thigh away from you with your right elbow. Relax your shoulders and breathe in and breathe out. Release your shoulders, your neck. Drop your sit bones. Breathe in through your nose and breathe out. One more time, sending the in-breath to the place you feel stretch And the out breath is a release. Let go of the legs, bring your feet into constructive rest, bent knee position, and then straighten the left leg again. The right knee bent, left leg straight. Here's a weird little one-legged bridge. It actually comes from a dance class a million years ago. I want you to bridge just your right butt. Don't lift your left butt. You reach your right knee away from your right ear, your right pelvis twists to the ceiling, sky, your left body, left side of your body on the floor, and come back down. You do this by driving your heel down and your hip bone, your ASIS, forward and come back down. Relax your shoulders, your ribs. Guess what? This is the rotation dissociation with walking. Very exaggerated. One more time. Press the right heel. Don't let the knee go out or in. It only goes over your toes. Keep your ribs expanded and come down. Still paying attention to your right leg. The right knee is bent. Straighten the right leg away from you. Turn the right knee away from the left leg. Bend the right knee away from the left leg. Drag your foot back in. Bring your right knee back up to the ceiling to the start position. Inhale, stretch the leg away straight. Exhale, turn the leg away from the other leg. Inhale, bend the knee away, dragging the foot back into place. Exhale, use your inner thigh and your low belly, I know you feel that, to bring your knee up. Inhale, stretch the leg straight, inner thigh butt working. Exhale, external rotators, rotate the leg. Drag the knee away from the other leg, heel comes into place, knee comes to ceiling. That was 3 in that direction, reverse. Press the knee out to the side. Stay here a minute. Here's what's going on. Press your knee to the floor. Oh my, external rotator butt muscles working. Press your foot away from you. Those muscles are working as your inner thigh helps pull your leg straight. Rotate toe and knee to the ceiling. Drag the heel in. Inner thigh, belly. Inhale, rotate the knee out. Exhale, press it long away from you. Relax your shoulders. Inhale, knee to the ceiling, sky. Exhale, drag the heel in, knee goes up. One more. Inhale, open. Pelvis stays neutral. Exhale, stretch away. Bring the leg parallel and drag it into place. Draw the other foot in. Hug your left knee. Straighten the right leg all the way out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Remember, if you're feeling pinching in the front of the hip joint, don't pull in as hard. Drop the sit bone more and think of rotating your femur bone, your thigh bone away from the front of your thigh, away from your belly button. And then bring that knee toward the armpit, toward your shoulder, but release your shoulders. I already feel stretch in my low back on the right side. Your right leg is out straight, your right arm's overhead, and side bend a little bit toward your bent knee. Side bending in your spine, vagus nerve, tone, lung expansion, thoraco-fascia, stretching. Breathe, feel like your skin can breathe. Of course it does, but think of the in-breath coming in through every skin surface. Bring your body back in line, bring your knee back in front of you again, and extend that foot to the sky, holding on somewhere between your knee and your ankle, lifting the heel, dropping the sit bone, hamstring stretch. I don't care if straightening your knee gives you more hamstring stretch, because it's likely pulling something else out of alignment. And that's an extra cost, right? An extra price to your hamstring stretch resource outcome. If you want more stretch, pull your butt down more. Reach your heel more and breathe in and breathe out. It's late in the game to say, well, another way to do this, but if you have a belt or a strap, you can sort of hang on to your leg with the strap also if your hands won't reach, and keep your shoulders released. Let your leg move off to the side. If you can hang on to the heel, fine. If you can't reach, grab your calf, the back of your knee, your thigh. Turn your toes and your knee toward the ground. And breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe again. And breathe out longer than the in-breath. Remember that the pH balance in your bloodstream affects the perception of pain and muscles and joints. It doesn't just mask it, it's like you are feeling, you are experiencing less pain. So to back up that science, you can bring your leg up, bend the knee again, put your foot on the thigh or the knee or the shin, and put your right hand on your left knee, keeping the hip down for a moment, just a gentle pull outside of the thigh, outside of the hip. So what affects pH balance in your bloodstream is breathing. High, fast, shallow mouth breathing, nasty, unhealthy, disgusting, fight, flight, freeze, and does not help the pH balance in your bloodstream. You are more likely to feel pain. So, slow cycle breath. Breathe in. And this time, as you bring your knee all the way over to the floor, breathe out. Yikes, a little spine adjustment, letting the left arm palm out or up, shoulder open, relax your shoulders. Much more challenging for me to rotate this way. Right hip back, left hip forward for me. Slow cycle breathing is breathe in and breathe out. 6, 5, 4, and breathe in and breathe out. Release in your body. 5, 4, 3. So the slow cycle is breathe in through your nose. Don't overdo it. And breathe out through your nose, half again as long, at least, as the in-breath. In and out. One more time and breathe in. And breathe out. Pull your ribs back. Remember the feeling we had earlier. Pull your hip bones back to ground. And then hug your right leg. Your left ankle goes over your right thigh bone. Your left arm through the legs. Right arm around. So your hands are laced around your right leg. Can be behind the knee for a little relief in your knee. Pay attention for a moment, though, if your pelvis is on straight. So line it up with your ribs, the back of your head. You could rock a little bit here. Another way to get more stretch in your left butt, the 6 muscles that rotate the leg as it is at the moment outward. You can push that leg away with your elbow and breathe in. And breathe out. Send the in-breath to your hip joint and the out-breath to really feel some ease, suppleness, release. Release the right foot down on the mat. Keep the knee bent. Take the left leg off. Straighten it all the way out away from you. And then draw the left foot back in. Stretch the right leg out. And we do that leg rotation thing here. So right leg is straight. Straighten the left leg away from you. Rotate the knee away from the right leg. Drag the knee to the side and in. The foot comes back to the place it started and bring the knee up. That's the mechanics. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, rotate the leg. Inhale, bend it to the side, drag it in. Exhale, inner thigh to bring the knee back where it started. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, rotate. Inhale, draw it in. Exhale, inner thigh belly. Start over or push the knee out to the side. Stay here a moment, press your knee to the floor with your butt muscles. Use those muscles, straighten the leg away. Rotate the knee to sky and drag the heel in. Inhale, knee out to the side. Exhale, stretch it straight away. Inhale, knee sky. Exhale, bend it to start one more time. Open. Press away. Rotate center sky. Drag it in. And do a one-legged bridge here. I want you to reach your shin, your knee off the end of the mat, like it's trying to get as long as your other leg. Keep your right body on the mat. So your left butt, back of the leg, pulling the pelvis off the mat, and then come down. Relax your shoulders. Inhale, bridge, reach your shin. Exhale down and reach. And then come down. Roll over on your side and come up for a little mermaid. Stack your knees or put your left knee in your right sole of your foot. Lift the right arm. All this side bending, all that supple movement. And bring that arm down on the mat, other arm up over. And come up and side bend. On the other side. And stack your knees or knee in the hollow of the other foot. You could sit on something, a chair, and let your one leg hang over the chair, or give yourself some space in your hip socket. Left arm up over. And come up. Long reach. Release your shoulders. And then come up. We've done a lot of leg moving, stretching today, but we'll do a quad stretch here in the last few minutes. So right knee and left foot, and lean back from the knee. My elbows are on stone. I don't mind it so much, but if you're really hurting on your elbows, adjust yourself so you're more on your mat with your arms. The stretching right leg, thigh bone is turning inward. Keep the knee on the ground. This is not good. I don't care if you feel more stretch, right? Because you're creating a different problem in the ligaments. Pull your ribs back, pull your pelvis back, and breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in, release your shoulders. And breathe out. Elongate your back, cave in your belly. And breathe in. And breathe out. Take your free hand, which is going to be your right arm, forward, spiral, reach. And pull in your belly, spiral around. Counter spiral, so you're bringing your chest toward your right shin. Other side. Non-negotiable, the knee of the leg you're stretching on the ground. Grounded, in other words. If you're feeling pain in your lower back, don't lean back so far because you're looking for the range in the back because you're not getting as much movement as you need from the front of the thigh, and that's fine. Just come up out of your back a little bit. You want more stretch in the front of your thigh, squeeze your butt a little bit, and breathe in, release your shoulders, and breathe out, and breathe in, and breathe out. And again. And take the free arm forward around spiral. Bring your belly in, counter, rotate. We're going to come up into a kind of a downward dog for a moment, because I want to give you a quick note on how to stretch in the middle of your hike, your bike, your easy Saturday afternoon. So we're in a heels down, feet close, not touching, but close together. You don't have to do this in your hike, bike, walk, but lift your heels. And this is a toe stretch, even if you're wearing shoes. And that's what I want you to do with your toes up against a curb when you get off your bike or off your hike. And if there's no curb in the woods, put your toes up against, lift your heels again, put your toes up against a tree, a friendly, inviting tree. Set your heels down, use your belly to walk your feet forward, and slow roll up. A hamstring stretch when you're out walking, hiking, biking. To put your foot up on the curb and pitch your body forward and pull your butt back. So you get this long line in the back of the leg that's forward. You can put your hands on your bike or a rock or a tree. Finishing today, heels together. Follow the feet are turned out a bit and zip it all up. Exhale, lift your heels. Inhale, lower. Get on a level stone. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. One more like that. Exhale, lift your pelvic floor. Inhale, lower. Reach your arms. Inhale, circle. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift. Don't anybody go run a marathon after this long, deep stretching work today. One more. Inhale, lift. Although there's a half marathon happening in Madeline Island right now. Kids are running in the gorgeous 83-degree weather. Thank you all for being here today.